I would want to tell him if today I weren't here to talk about it because I would have took my own life, how would he feel? How would would he react? Would he talk about freedom of speech?
It's an age-old question. When does a joke go too far? In a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court of Canada ruled in favor of a Quebec comedian, Mike Ward, saying the jokes he made about a then 13-year-old disabled singer did not breach the limits of free speech, guaranteed under Quebec's Charter of Human Rights and Freedoms.
If someone like a real well-known comedian can say those things about a child and not being guilty or having to be responsible for those words, I mean, what after that? What are we going to say about children? What is the limit?
Jeremy Gabriel suffers from Treacher-Collins syndrome, a congenital disorder characterized by skull and facial abnormalities. As a child, he traveled and sang for figures like the Pope and Quebec legend Celine Dion. During comedy shows from 2010 to 2013, Mike Ward made fun of Gabriel, calling him the kid with the subwoofer on his head, and told audiences that they should give Gabriel a break because he's dying and they should let him live out his dream. In 2016, a Quebec court ordered Ward to pay $35,000 in moral and punitive damages. Ward appealed.
Even though I just lost, it's not over for the rest. For the rest of you, there is still hope.
Ward tweeting out on Friday, "We did it, Norm, we won," responding to a 2016 tweet by now deceased Canadian comedian Norm Macdonald about the case. Ward's lawyers saying it's a victory for free speech.
In the fields of art, in politics, at university, people will be able to feel safe when they decide to say something controversial.
The jokes have put Ward under fire, receiving threats for his choice in humor. His lawyer saying humor is subjective.
There are certain things that you have a right not to be dehumanized, subjected to hate, and so on. But the subjective feeling of insult is not enough to trigger a human rights violation.
The case pitted freedom of speech against morality. Montreal comedian Joey Elias is pleased about the judgment and says audiences have to distinguish between comedy and reality.
I don't think there was any malice. I know Mike for a very long time. And I can tell you that Mike's one of the nicest people on the planet, most kind and generous and giving humans. But you have to separate the person on stage and the person off stage.
Nigel Newlove, CityNews.